Hey, working in my dining room, and I have some bare walls, completely smooth drywall that had wallpaper on it. We took the wallpaper down. Now we need to texture the wall. So I'm gonna go over like 3 easy ways to create texture. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so first the joint compound. For this demonstration, I'm just using some old watered down Dridex joint compound. So like I said, I watered it down. So it's like, I don't know, sake oatmeal applesauce. It's not enough to drip, but just where it wants to start dripping. Okay, so I got a little bit of water down. The 3 easy methods I'm going to use today that really anyone can do is I'm going to use a paintbrush to just get a swirl texture, which is pretty common. I'm going to use like a common house sponge and see what that gives me, and then a roller, like a normal nap roller that you would paint with. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Alright, first one I'm just going to try a paintbrush. I'm just using an old used 2-inch tapered brush. I'm going to get a little compound on the top. And we're just going to see what we get. I've done this before in some of my videos. A lot of the texture in my house is already this swirl pattern, so I have experience with doing it. But really, you can do any pattern you want. I'm afraid this is going to take a couple coats because it's more for touch-ups, and I think this would be kind of time-consuming to do a whole room. I mean, it's not that bad. I just got like a good square foot area, I think, done in a couple seconds. But so there's that. We'll let it dry and we'll move on to the next one. All right, the next one I'm just using a 3/8 snap roller. Of course, for doing the wall, you can use a full 9-inch one. I have a little 3-inch mini roller that I'm used just to test this out to see what it looks like. So I'm going to get a good coating all the way around on the roller like this, and we'll see what we get. Well, I think I'm going to like this. It's faster and it's a little chunkier. And I'll do like I did with the other one application, and then I'll do a little bit more like I did with the paintbrush. Alright, and then the last one, we're going to try a sponge. Alright, I found 2 sponges to try. So this one has more, I don't know, styrofoam plasticky with this little texture in it. So I thought about trying that. And then I have a common old dirty household sponge, which has, you know, that texture. I'll try both real quick just to show you 2 different styles. So I'm actually going to spread it around, and I don't know, I think dabbing would be best for a sponge like this. So yeah, if I spread around, it's just going to look swirled like the paintbrush. So if you want one of this, I mean, it's kind of like an orange peely texture. And of course at the end, any high points you can lightly knock down. Actually worked really well to create a little orange peel texture, so not bad. And then we'll try the common cheap household sponge as well. I'm actually going to use a knife to grab some compound and throw it on the sponge because it won't fit in my little tub. Just threw some on there. It's actually creating like a bigger orange peel than that little sponge did, it looks like. And the more you mat it down, it gets a little more finer. Obviously you can see some of that dirt sitting on the wall, so don't use a dirty sponge, but... Alright, let this, so we kind of did 3 easy ways, but 2 different sponges here. So we got the paintbrush, the roller, 3/8 snap roller, small sponge, and then a larger house sponge. I'll let this dry for about an hour, and then we'll come back and see what we got. Alright, it's been an hour. We're going to take a look at the results. The paintbrush. Trying to figure out the best way to show you the texture. The paintbrush did a really, really light texture. It's there. It's hard to see. There, you can see it. The swirl texture. Not bad. It's kind of light. Here is the roller. Created this, I don't know how you call it, orangey peel, thicker. It's probably the heaviest texture of the roller. Caused the heaviest style texture out of all of them. And then the big sponge, it's similar to the roller. It's messing with the light on my camera here. I actually like the sponge quite a bit. So that was the big sponge, and down here was the lower sponge, very similar. But yeah, hope you can kind of see it. I know it's a little difficult with the lighting, but yeah, they all look decent. Like the swirl, I can see, like I said, the paintbrush is probably the lightest. The thickest texture was probably from the roller, and then the sponges were in the medium somewhere, or in the middle somewhere, like a medium texture. So I think, I'm not sure. The paintbrush is going to be a little time consuming for a whole room, and not too much worse. Like, yeah, you can do your brush strokes pretty fast, but the roller is probably fastest, followed by the sponge. I think that big sponge, you know, mix up your joint compound, cover the whole face of the sponge, and then when you do your dabbing, you actually cover a large area pretty fast. And I think I would either go with the roller or the sponge for this. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out in a little bit and get this going. Also, I'll show you what kind of sheetrock I'm using. So it's a sheetrock 45. It's like 11 bucks for this whole thing. More than enough to do this whole room, right? I wouldn't use a little pre-mixed container for a big project like this. It's got a 45-minute working time, but it's going to be watered down, so it'll probably last an hour and a half, which should be more than enough to do the whole room I'm doing. But all right, thanks for watching. So yeah, there's just three ways that anybody can really do themselves without a fancy hopper. Or Hormac makes these little spray texture cans. They're like crazy expensive, like 18 bucks for a little bottle, and they don't cover a lot of area. So this whole thing of joint compound was 11 bucks. Mix it with water myself, and I can do the whole room with common tools I already have for painting. Thanks for watching this one. I got to get back to work on now texturing this dining room. But thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you like these kind of tips, do-it-yourself how-to videos. All right, thanks. Bye.